Hello, this is Ben Ivey, the fulfillment artist. Today, we're going to be diving into what chess can teach you about goals in life. Now, for those of you who don't know chess is basically a board game. It's like a strategy game, which is pretty simple and you try and beat the opponent. So let me explain what I mean. In life, let's say it comes to 2020 and you are about to set your goals for the year. You say, right, my goal is to, set up a business that impacts thousands of people and gives me thousands of UN or pounds or USD and impacts loads of people. You see, that's my goal for the year. I want to impact 5,000 people. That's what I want to do by the end of this year. So you go out and first month and you start working away, start chipping away at this goal of 5,000. Now what happens is life changes. Things happen. So in a game of chess, you can come up with one strategy against the other person. I'm going to put one piece here, I'm going to move this piece here, and then I'm going to go in for the attack. But if they respond with something different that you weren't expecting, you're like, okay, I need to change my strategy. It's the same thing in life. A lot of people get stubborn with a certain way of thinking and they say, this is what I want to pursue no matter what. It's really important that when you set goals, you understand the outcome that you're looking for, but there's lots of ways to achieve it. And also give yourself the flexibility to also change if need be. So this is why when I often teach people about goals or targets, I'll speak to them in systems. What systems do you need to put in place to move you forward every single week or month towards where you want to be? So a system is where you reflect, is the simple things that will move you forward. So for example, each week I'm going to measure how many people I've impacted, I'm going to review what's worked, what hasn't, and then I'm going to move it forward. Maybe you put a system in place for, let's say you're learning a language and you say every day at 8 a.m. I'll spend an hour learning this language. And then you're dedicating time to be able to do this and move this forward. So once again, this allows you, if you start to set these systems, that you don't become overwhelmed and you don't become out of balance. I see a lot of people in life say, you know what, I want to achieve that goal. And they can. They can achieve it, and that's great. Except they sacrifice so many different things along the way. They sacrifice their relationship, their finances, all to achieve one goal. And then they achieve the goal, and then they go like this. Well, what's next? Like, why do that? It's really important that that you think in a different way. So often people set these year goals. I do set yearly goals. However, they change according to often what I'm up to. So for example, instead of setting these yearly goals, I'll set these yearly outcomes that I'm looking for. If I do it in a year, if I do it in 2 years, if I do it in 6 months, that's totally cool. It's not time constrained. Some people say you need a SMART goal, you need to have it time specific. Yes, you do if it's under your control. If it's under your control, then you can. But if it's not, then it's just stupid because it's going to cause you more stress. There are so many different factors that could affect you. Suddenly the economy crashes, or suddenly something's blocked, or something's unavailable, or suddenly you get an amazing opportunity and then suddenly everything comes. Like, you don't know. Which is why sometimes, and I was speaking about this yesterday with one of my fulfillment artists in training, it's sometimes better just to know what you want, to go towards that. Okay, so you actually take action, but also allow yourself to go with the flow and you can see what opportunities arise and you have that space. So for example, if in chess you're playing and then suddenly you see an opportunity, instead of sticking to your old strategy, you just switch it and do something different and it could put you in a better place. So think about for yourself. Are you setting goals that are overwhelming you? Are you getting stressed? If you are, think about the systems. Great question, this one. Are you ready? What are the ordinary things that have to be consistently done to live the life you want? Oh, what an amazing question. Now, if you watch these videos regularly, I want you to answer these questions. It's so important. I see so many people learning and learning and learning. Instead of learning, just do. When you do, you get feedback. If you're just watching, you don't get feedback, you get a perspective. And without implementing it, you don't actually know the impact that it has. So from this video, these are the key takeaways that I want you to have. Number one is make decisions faster. I know I haven't mentioned this, but it's a key that I want you to realize. Make decisions faster. The reason you can move forward towards your goals is you make decisions quickly. You don't know what to do in life? Do something. Pick a direction, do it for 3 months, and then you get feedback. A lot of people get in this analysis paralysis where they get overwhelmed. So the first thing is you pick a strategy and you do it. Then you get feedback. So you give yourself the space to be able to say, okay, now that I've got that space, is this the right thing for me to do? Maybe you set a power year, 3 months. You do it for 3 months, you get some feedback, and you think, okay, do I need to do something different? Whilst you're doing this, think about your systems. What are the systems you need to have in place to really start to slowly build you up to where you want to go? And then the last thing is evaluation. You've got to evaluate. If you've been watching me for a long time, I share the weekly evaluation. I share it all the time. People come to seminars and they say, I've fallen off track. Did you do the weekly evaluation? No, you didn't. It's the best thing. For those, very simply, it's just questions to help keep you on track. And you can ask yourself, what progress did I make towards that goal? And what am I going to do next week to make even more progress? So I really hope you enjoyed this video and it's offering you a different perspective. And I challenge you to really start to allow yourself to have those systems, because I promise you, if you have those systems in place, life just becomes so much easier because you don't get overwhelmed with a goal that you set and then become overwhelmed with. So with that said, have a wonderful day and I'm off to the gym.